Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a trend prediction for styles and pieces and fashion for 2021. This is based on the dry clean only website on the Grailed website, or like the dry clean only portion on their website. This is kind of like a blog post of what's going to be trendy in 2021 and what styles will look like in 2021. We are at the end of January. It's going to be February next week already, which is really crazy that time has gone by so fast. This is the article. It's called "What Will Style Look Like in 2021?" We asked, you answered. Grailed asked, what's the style gonna be? And the Grailed community is answering those questions with their predictions. The series is called Tastemakers. It's from the Grailed community to share their style perspective and what they think that is gonna be like the best picks to be featured in the collection curated by the community. So they actually have some suggestions and listings that go along with each prediction and each trend prediction. In 2020, let's just go back a little bit. I think what really prevailed and what was really successful was loungewear and athleisure, just, you know, because we're staying at home doing nothing. There's no point to dress up and go out because we can't. And I think what is going to be really popular this year is elevating that casual style, you know, still being comfortable, but also putting a little more effort into it, just because, you know, like things haven't really changed in America or in the US, but things are kind of opening back up again. Not that I really agree with it, but I think it's been a really great opportunity for people to just go out and kind of just enjoy nature and enjoy being in the city and going to do like photography because there's not as many people out. I don't really leave my house unless we're doing photo shoots, unless I'm just grabbing food. Don't really go out to go shopping, don't hang out with friends as often, obviously with social distancing. Most of the time I'm just at home and I'm working from home. I'm doing school online, doing workout online, and just watching YouTube videos. So I haven't really strayed away from sweats. I am very much into like track pants, sweats, oversized crew necks, big t-shirts, like everything just very comfortable for me. And I think comfortability makes people the most confident as well. So I think with this article, they're really going to try to emphasize, you know, being comfortable and casual, but also still looking really cool. And that is actually the first prediction, elevated casual. I'll just put like the article right over here as I'm scrolling. As we continue to live life indoors, at least during the remaining winter months, many expect to see comfort as a driving force behind our fashion decisions in the new year. But instead of turning to typical athleisure, style enthusiasts will find new ways to keep cozy with luxe fabrics and oversized silhouettes. Someone said, assuming COVID continues to spiral out of control in the US and other nations, I only see 2021 style consisting of continued comfort-based textiles and ribbed knits of various brushed back cottons. I completely agree with that. I think because we're not getting rid of COVID anytime soon, even though we have the vaccine, I feel like it's gonna take forever for the entire US to get that. Hopefully by the end of the year things will be a little bit better and then we can travel, because I don't really want to travel. Some of the listings that they suggested were Needles track pants, which I'm a huge fan of. I have a pair myself. Birkenstock Bostons, which I also have a pair. Very comfortable, very cozy. I know a lot of people don't really like the clog style, so that's a very niche like category of shoes and slippers. A lot of Rick Owens. Not a lot of people can afford Rick Owens. I think it's also not as much worth it either. I mean, some of the stuff you find on Grailed is actually pretty cool though, so maybe you can find something decent for a cheap price. Lots of Needles. I love Needles. I love their flannels. I love their t-shirts, like the reconstructed t-shirts. I think those are pretty cool. Lots of Issey Miyake and Maison Margiela, which is not inexpensive either. So these are a lot of like expensive or more on the pricey end of suggestions that Grailed makes. Okay, another trend, or what will fashion and style look like in 2021? They're more talking about like at home. It's called at home flex. Just some stuff that you can have at home where, I don't know, like, I don't really understand this part of the article. I think they really emphasize on Zoom dates and Instagram dates and Instagram flexes, you know, taking pictures of your house with all the cool furniture and all the cool like pieces of furniture and art that you have to decorate your house. But most of us are not really in the place to be like spending and splurging on $1,000 pillows from, Murakami's. I'm just gonna skip over that. Let's go back to fashion. The Great Escape. This is the next trend, which consists of hiking, skiing, camping, or simply taking a longer walk than usual around the neighborhood. Pieces designed to be worn in elements are likely to take on new importance in a quarantine wardrobe. I think they really mean hiking gear. I know that's been very trendy in the last 3 or 4 months with winter, specifically brands like Patagonia and the North Face, you know, LL Bean. I know North Face and something else. I think they did a really big collab with Gucci recently, and I think the puff jacket is like $16,000. Super expensive, or it's being resold for $16,000. That'd be ridiculous if it would retail at that price. But lots of like Arc'teryx, I really like their stuff too. I like their bucket hats and t-shirts. They have a lot of like cargo pants, ski jackets. Salomon, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like hiking shoes but more casual, or more like on the casual side every day, which I think is very trendy now too. They really remind me of New Balances in a way. The design is just a little bit different, but it's got that same kind of silhouette of a New Balance shoe. Very reminiscent of that. And I think with the hiking stuff, people are just really finding different ways to incorporate different aspects of their life into their style, which is really cool. I really appreciate that. Even though it's not really my style, I don't think I could pull off the whole hiking wear. I don't hike. I don't even look like I hike. I'm definitely someone who's more of a city person. I love to go like take pictures on the street. I'm definitely not like the hiker person. This was just another prediction that was given in the comment section, so I guess a lot of people recommended this as a trend. I think it's pretty popular nowadays. I feel like especially no one really wears a lot of hike wear together as a style. I think people more so take pieces of hiking wear and outdoors wear and incorporate it into their casual everyday style, which is what I really like about fashion too, is just incorporating a bunch of different things into one outfit, even though they're not from the same like category of clothing. Almost a genre of clothing, definitely not. Another trend that has been ongoing for a while, I feel like especially ever since Depop became a thing, is collecting vintage. I know you can find a lot of Depop like vintage items on that platform. It's a lot more broad and there's a lot more variety on Depop than other selling platforms like Poshmark. Grailed is a lot more hype stuff and more minimalistic streetwear stuff, but I think Depop is really great for vintage too. The article says it's not unlikely that style-minded will develop a new hobby in vintage collecting. So investing in vintage from tees to denim to outerwear is a trend we saw in the marketplace in 2020, and it will certainly stretch well into 2021 and beyond. It is a nice way to round out any wardrobe, especially one that is dominated by emerging labels. Vintage staples will always have their home in the mix. That's very true. I think a lot of current, very popular brands and emerging labels do pull a lot of inspiration from vintage pieces. So like sweat shorts, the whole sweatsuits thing, that was like a 90s thing. Even though, you know, we're not like that far away from the 90s. Actually, wait, we are. Oh shit, we're like 20 years away from the 90s. That's kind of scary. I know like a lot of brands pull huge inspiration from vintage clothing, and all of the trends and types of like silhouettes that are coming back are definitely from those like earlier brands. So we see a lot of Nike vintage that's been really popular. Vintage band tees is really popular. I mean, I like them myself as well, but I think Nike really does the best when it comes to vintage clothing and people picking up vintage pieces, because there's just so many that you can choose from. My personal trend predictions align the most with the elevated casual, just because that's really my style right now, is wearing big baggy t-shirts. May they be hype, may they be vintage, whatever it is. I really love baggy t-shirts because I don't leave my house. I don't work out as much as I used to. Actually, don't really work out at all right now. Just, you know, I've been very busy, kind of like staying as a homebody, not being able to go out and do my regular workout classes. But I really just stay home a lot. I don't want to wear clothes that are restricting. I think that's something that's really changed within my style within like the last 6 or 7 months. If you go on my Instagram feed from a year ago, my style has completely changed, and honestly it's obviously for the better, right? Because that's something I like, and I'm really getting to the more loose fitting clothes and more comfortable stuff, and that's what I find the most flattering on myself too. You know, I love like feminine clothes, but I don't think that's my style right now. And dude, I'm not going anywhere, and a lot of the times feminine clothes are just not as comfortable as, you know, big baggy clothes anyways. So I've just been at home. I don't even like wearing jeans anymore. Like, it's crazy because I used to be the girl that just, I don't wear any other pants, I just wear jeans and denim. And Now I'm just like wearing joggers or trousers or something like that, very loose fit, wide leg pants with sandals. And honestly, I like never saw myself as someone to wear like dad sandals or slides out in public either, but I feel like I found a way to make them look stylish and also very comfortable, and kind of like I didn't just roll out of bed this morning and walk out of here just looking like trash. That is my most favorite type of fashion too. My favorite style is elevated casual, because I think people are definitely the most confident when they're comfortable, and this is the most comfortable for myself. Also, I've purchased a lot of pieces that are, you know, I call them pieces because they were expensive. Anything over like $100, I'm gonna call it a piece because that's expensive to me. I purchased a lot of stuff on Grailed lately. I feel like that's my main source of shopping now for apparel and vintage stuff. I don't buy shoes on there. I'll always buy my shoes on StockX because I can't freaking find my size in anything. I've just been like shopping on Grailed, and you know, I like how everything's very different because it's all either like brand new stuff sold from secondhand or a secondary market, like a secondary person, or you can find some like stuff that maybe released a long time ago that you want to buy now and you never had the chance to, or you didn't have the money to back then, which is really great for me because I feel like I'm very late on trends. I say this in every freaking video, but I'm always late on trends because I don't know, I don't like hype that much. I don't like surrounding myself with stuff that's hype because I know later on it's gonna die down anyways, and I can't tell if I really like the item or if I really like the attention around the item. And so that's why I don't really hop on new releases as, you know, quick as other people, and that's probably why people are like, why is she making this video right now? Like, those shoes came out 2 years ago. I think that really gives me an idea like what I actually have interest in and what pieces I really like and what shoes I really like, instead of just giving into the hype and like the temporary attention I'm gonna get from people. That's a style that I really resonate myself with and I'm really aligning with. I hope it's a big trend in 2021 because I want more releases. I want more needle stuff. I just bought a Capital sweater, you know, with like the smiley faces on the elbows. Just like stuff like that is very comfortable but very casual, and also it doesn't make you look lazy. I feel like it doesn't really make you look lazy. And some of the pieces that they actually recommended for the elevated casual are like cardigans, prints, or shirts and button-up shirts with very distinct textures. So I think, what is it, pleats by Issey Miyake. They have a very signature recognizable pleats pattern on their shirts, and the texture is really cool. Needles is very you know, well known for their track pants, so even if you have something like that, it's pretty cool. Some other stuff, I think vintage Prada, I mean, very expensive still. Visvum, still expensive, but I think if you really know about fashion, you're really in that industry and you really have knowledge about brands like that, then you'll have no problem recognizing someone on the street wearing, you know, like Issey Miyake or Maison Margiela or Needles. I was very surprised one time I was getting coffee and then this person said they liked my Needles shirt, and I was like, huh? I've never heard that in my life from anyone. Like, no one's ever said that about my shirt or really mentioned the brand of my shirt. Those are the 2021 trend predictions of style and fashion and what is going to be popular, hopefully. Do I agree with all of them? For the most part, yeah. I'm not sure if I would participate in the hike wear, obviously, because it's not as much my style, but everything else is pretty spot on, or has already been a trend in the 2020 or in the past. It's kind of rolling over into the new year, but with, you know, additional touches and styles and stuff to make it more unique to your personal style. Sorry, the sun just came out all of a sudden as soon as I'm done filming. Okay, well, that's the end of the video. If you have any like suggestions for brands I should check out, please leave them in the comments below. I've been really looking for new, like maybe even smaller brands to kind of do some research on, and like looking for new clothing pieces. I like a lot of brands, but a lot of the brands that I like are very expensive, or they're hard to get, or I can't find my size in anything. So it would be really nice to find something new that is kind of underground, but also still very stylish and kind of, you know, up and coming and emerging. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, you can give it a thumbs up, you can comment down below, you can share it with your friends, you can do whatever you want with it. It's gonna be here for you to refer back to if you want to know some of 2021's trend predictions on style. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.